Hey guys, it's Stephen here, back with another video. We're drawing very close now to the Premier League resuming, which still feels weird saying out loud. Only 9 days, and of course there will be previews, and of course there will be content about that. It feels strange to talk about football, doesn't it? Anyway, I hope you're all good. Also, check out this haircut. Nicola gave me a haircut. She's over there working, but she gave me a COVID lockdown haircut, and it's, you know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, I hope you're all good and doing better than my haircut is, which, well, I guess it's good. So I hope you're as good at least as my haircut. And you're ready for some of the news from Manchester City's world, basically, because we're going to talk about a little bit of news that I found online today. Just talk about what's kind of going around there in the Manchester City world, because there are some bits about the kits in particular, some kind of transfer news, and of course about UEFA and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to start today with the news of Ben Chilwell being linked with Manchester City once again. I think this is going to be something that's going to happen until Ben Chilwell moves to someone else other than Manchester City. I think he'll be permanently linked to Manchester City from now on, and especially given the fact that he's an English fullback and Manchester City are continuously linked to fullbacks. It's what we do, basically. Personally, I can't really see anything this. I don't think Manchester City are about to drop 50-60 million once again on a full-back at the moment, especially a left-back given everything going on. I think we've got issues that probably, admittedly, I mean, personally, I would give Angelino another go to prove himself as the backup, but I just can't see that happening. I think his form at RB Leipzig will attract some attention elsewhere, and he'll end up going there. Probably, I mean, it feels like RB are already playing the kind of game saying, oh, we can't quite afford him. You know, we'd like him, trying to get a few million here. 3 million off here and there. But Chilwell is a good player. He's a solid player. He's a good fullback. I don't think he's a world-class fullback, but I can't see City spending 50-60 million on him. I just really can't see this happening. What I think is likely to happen here is that Chelsea do have legitimate interest in signing him, and given they've got like, Alonso getting on a bit and whatever, I think they want a new left-back. Left wing back as well, so we can play there, and Chilwell can do that. I can see Chelsea actually going for him. I think the agent and maybe Leicester from Manchester City in the mix to try and get the price up a little bit, which is going to happen. I mean, there are issues for Manchester City at left back in general. Mendy, I still have got a lot of faith in. I know some people don't, but I think Mendy has got a chance to kind of I guess show that his injuries are behind him now and slowly get back to his best. I did think we were starting to see signs of Mendy looking to his old self just before this all happened. But we'll see, I guess. But I think Mendy will get a chance. I think Zinchenko will get a chance around the squad again. There are left-back issues, admittedly, but I can't see us just spending big at the moment. I think I wouldn't be surprised as well if we end up getting someone in at right-back, and we get one of those right-backs who can play on the left as well, which they always say about Danilo and Cancelo, and it just never really happens. But Chilwell, no, not really seeing it. Another bit of news, once again linked to RB Leipzig, despite, tenuously given the Angelina thing we just talked about. We've lost another young striker, another highly rated young striker. Now, if you don't know this lad, he's really, really highly rated. According to reports, he's scored 600 goals at youth level over the last 6 years. Now, that probably might be true because you get some young players who score 4, 5, 6 goals a game when they're like 10, 11 years old, so that might be true. It also might be nonsense because, young players have a tendency to elaborate on these things, and it's not really a fair representation. I remember Ines Anel apparently scoring hundreds of goals as well at youth level. But anyway, we lost him to RB Leipzig. He put a message on Instagram saying he was going. There was some rumours as well going around from his camp a few months back that he was never happy at Manchester City. He was apparently a Manchester United fan. Well, I'm sure he still is. He's a United fan, so maybe we haven't lost too much there. But it is a shame to see him go because it carries on a trend at the moment of us losing talented young strikers. Now, I know some people would say that's the price you pay when you've got so many talented young players, you're going to lose a few of them. And I agree, but it is a worrying trend when we lose players that we do want to keep. Now, it isn't just Charlie McNeil, who, by all reports, I've not seen much of him personally, but I've seen some clips of him scoring goals. He seems to be a big, powerful, complete striker with an knack for goal scoring. So by all reports, he's a very good player. We lost him. But before that, last year, there was Noah Hayo, a Dutch youth international. We lost him to RB Leipzig as well. So McNeil's gone to challenge an ex-Manchester City player a year older than him. We lost him as well. We wanted to keep him. We also lost Bobby Duncan to Liverpool. We wanted to keep hold of him, a natural goal scorer. About 3 years ago, we lost Tyrese Campbell to Stoke, another guy we wanted to keep hold of. And now I know none of these have gone on to do great things yet, but the point is we keep losing young strikers that I'm sure would end up getting better and better if they stayed at Manchester City, in theory. Now, I put this down to the Sancho factor. Sancho left and formed himself a great career at Dortmund, one of the highest rated prospects in world football. He's doing magical things in the Bundesliga. He's breaking records. He's a fantastic footballer. And also down to the Phil Foden and maybe Eric Garcia conundrum. Foden in particular, because Phil Foden is widely sought after, basically. He's seen as one of the best young attacking midfielders in the world. Everyone wants him. Everyone would love to have Phil Foden in a squad. Genuinely, I think most teams in the world would take him. But he can't really get games at Manchester City, despite being excellent when he gets his chances and despite being a Manchester City fan. Now, obviously, Phil Foden might genuinely be happy with his lot, but it isn't really a great example for young players, I would say. It's not like, look, there you go, Foden's got into the team. Largely, he's still having to wait around a little bit. So some people might look at Sancho and go, I prefer that route than Phil Foden's route. I understand that. So it isn't a good trend. We lost McNeil. Now, hopefully we won't lose Jayden Braff. It looks like he could be heading that way too. We can't lose these players. I know we got some good money on the likes of Matondo and whatever. He went to Schalke. But we're going to lose one of these players and it's got to come back to bite us. I mean, we lost Sancho. In my opinion, that's coming back to haunt us big time. And it could be that McNeil or Ohio or someone like that could be the next one. Fingers crossed we start to show these young players that they can get a future at Manchester City if they stay around, because we can't keep losing them like this. Next, some more pictures allegedly have leaked of these kits. I'm going to start with the third shirt again. It's here next to me. I'm sorry, but that's a really, 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 really bad kit. That's one of the worst kits. I'm hoping that's like a fake knockoff one, hence the pattern looking so bold. But that's one of the worst kits I've seen from Manchester City ever. I think it's worse than anything from last year as well. Generally, I think it's really bad. Now, as I said in the video a couple of weeks back, I'm not instinctively against paisley print patterns, but when it's that big, it looks like a bacteria. It looks like coronavirus or something. It looks terrible. It looks like a virus or some bacteria in a Petri dish. Why is it so big and why is it so bold and why is it not faded in? Paisley print should be small and faded and subtle. That's a monstrosity. It's not for me. I'm sorry, guys. You may like it, but for me, hopefully that's a cheap version, and the real version will have a more subtle pattern and it'll look a little bit nicer. Fingers crossed. The away kit, though, this image here next to me now, whichever side it's going to be, I kind of like it, you know. It's a weird pattern. I don't know what it is. The pattern is. It's like, what is it? Some kind of. It looks like a gate up close. But it's kind of interesting pattern. It does look a bit like a goalkeeper shirt, weirdly enough. And normally when you see a print like that, why is it not just kind of all over, really? I expected it might be on the sleeves when we saw that the pattern had leaked. But this one is decent, you know. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the worst pattern in the world. It's not the worst colour scheme. The monochrome badge is pretty nice. The duotone badge even. It's not that bad. It's okay. It's okay. I can take that one. So those are two of the kits. We've all seen leak images as well. The home kit, the mosaic thing, which I think personally is a bit of a shocker as well. I'm sorry, but it looks like a cracked piece of glass, or it looks like the bottom of a swimming pool. I'm not really enamoured with the kits. I think Puma so far have dealt a really bad hand. Puma, please sort out. I mean, I'll probably get this one somewhere cheap, probably. I'll probably get the second one away for a cheap version, maybe. But we'll see what it looks like on the players. They always look better on the players, but I am not happy with that third one at all, unfortunately. And finally, Manchester City's appeal against UEFA, I think that's begun today. So basically, City are appealing over our Champions League ban. Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed it goes well. I talked about this quite a bit. A lot of people have asked me, do you think City are going to win this appeal? I mean, I don't know. All I would say is largely, and I agree with others who said this, you've got to realise at this point, if it gets to an appeal, lawyers don't deal with emotion the way that me and you deal with emotion. They're not fans of a football club, lawyers. They are people who will only ever advise what their clients should do. And they deal with facts, they deal with precedent, they deal with information that they think they could be winnable. And I don't think they would go to the Court of Arbitration of Sport if they didn't feel that they had a very strong case to get this overturned. I genuinely believe that to be true. Now, it could be that City trying to appeal on the spirit of the law. They might have broken the spirit of the law, if that makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if City's owners do kind of slightly bend the moral boundaries of decency of the rules, but still technically within the rules. I know some people will think, no, our club wouldn't do that, but every club does that. I'm sorry, billionaires do tend to get around the rules where they can. There's a reason they get so much money, so we can't be naive to this. But it could be that City are totally innocent. Now, we're going to have to wait out. It's going to take a couple of days now. I don't know how long it'll take to get a verdict, but it's interesting to think that City are fighting it. This appeal to me, I can't see any scenario where City get a 1 year ban. I think it's going to be 2 years of nothing. I might be wrong. it could be that City pursue, strength of punishment kind of appeal where they go, even if you find guilty, this is not really fair. But I think City are going in to get this taken down. And fingers crossed they do, because 2-year ban would be absolutely catastrophic for Manchester City Football Club. It's weird to think how much it'd affect some of the players we've got in the squad. De Bruyne, maybe Bernardo, maybe Ederson, some Laporte. I fear for some of our best players if we get a 2-year ban, because it's the prime of their careers, and would they want to hang around? Fingers crossed we'll be fine. Guys, let me know what you make of all that news today, and the kits, and Charlie McNeil, and Chilwell, and everything else. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And as I said, videos will be coming back regularly now, because football's coming back and there's something to talk about. And I guess the world is slowly calming down to the COVID stuff. It's not over by any stretch, so please wear masks if possible, look after your family and all that kind of stuff. Stay safe, keep your distance, and be sensible. But it does feel like it's becoming manageable. Fingers crossed it will be, because I'm scared of a second wave. Fingers crossed it doesn't come. Anyway, love you all loads, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.